Oh, I didn't even check if my thing's set up properly. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's working. Because I am, in fact, live. The YouTube one also going? Yeah, it is. Cool, cool. Both YouTube and Twitch. Hell yeah. Let me get my chat up. Chat is not loading. What the Sigma? Chat? Why is it not? Oh, wait, we got him. Okay, now I can see chat. Great. All right. Okay, so last stream I did say that I was gonna go for any percent, but I think I've changed a little bit. Like, I'm still gonna do that, but I want to improve the time on this category first, because it might be some time before I touch it again, and right now I'm kind of warm on the category. I'm kind of warmed up, you know? So I better get to doing it before, like, because if I come back in, like, let's say 5 months or something, I'll just have to practice all over again. And I think this record would stand for a while, but I might as well just make sure that it's, like, you know, altered completely down. All right. I feel like my setup is different. I guess it's... Get rid of that box. Alright. Do a little bit of warm-up. Oh. That for the fight. But yeah, about the other categories, we're gonna do this a little bit first, and then, you know, after I've improved the record, we can try and do some stuff there. I did actually lose the no air swim record. Wormdog got it back. Really? Oh, maybe I jumped too early, actually. Okay. I messed up. Yeah, I probably jumped a little bit too early on that one. You can kind of jump under his attack, but you gotta time your jump right. And it's gotta be a forwards locked on jump. Otherwise you get too much height. You need to get like the minimum height on your jump. And you achieve that by locking on and jumping forwards. That's how I want my face, my AMS to go. Just like that. I don't know why I did that. I kind of wanted to MD. Maybe I could have gotten off a standing one actually. If I hadn't done like the weird stuff. It would definitely have been enough damage to kill him. But could probably also just have hit him to death. And it might, yeah, that would probably just be the better course of action. Just hit him when he's that low. Whoops, I didn't jump correctly. That does not kill you if you do it properly. You need to. Aerolite. That was a good fight. How goes the runs? I just begun. I'm just warming up a little bit. So I haven't done runs since I got the my record. Let's do one more and then let's do ape. Oh god, there's actually like maybe a world where doing the more risky Snake Eyes strat is worth it here at this stage. The current Snake Eyes strategy I do, which is the one that Sarah came up with, where you backstab, then use Yash, and then MD 2 times, and then throw coins twice, and then she dies. It works every time. What I was doing was I was jumping, throwing coins in the air, and then coming down and MDing. Which is... It works, but it has a higher chance to die. I think you can actually just jump at him there with the MD, but it's kind of risky. And it probably doesn't save too much time compared to getting something like that which he just did. That's kind of what Sarah did on their PP, was just like jumped at him at the end, and it did not pay off. Now this boss. I have no clue what I'm doing on, but I guess I'm doing this. Firecracker into MD and then the business. I'm dead, am I not? Oh. Did not hit his head there. That RNG is also kind of hard to play when he does the short combo. One where he kind of slashes once and then goes for the big plunge instead of having like a full-on like sword combo before going into the big plunge. I hope he'll give me the sword opener. I really want to practice that one. And then here, when the damage is, when you don't quite hit all your headshots, then you can just charge that last one. I'll kill him, usually. But it'll for sure stagger him, in which case you can hit him a little bit more. And secure the kill. One, two. That's how I wanted to go in a run. If I get that in a run, it's instant 10-second time save. Compared to my PB. My PB had some very goofy RNG on the boss, but I had good RNG elsewhere, so I'm not gonna complain too much about that. I'm right up in his face. Man, this... Oh, right, I think I need to turn around, kind of. Dude, this strat on when he does the short combo is so diabolical. But like the headshot angle is... like really fucked. It's one of those that are kind of hard to practice because he doesn't like to do it that often. Especially when you're trying to get him to do it, then he never wants to fucking do it. Oh, I don't think this is gonna work out. Bruh. Nah, I think I missed some headshots. Oi, 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 that is... that was scary. Yeah. This guy is kind of annoying, I'm gonna lie. That's gonna work. That's enough damage. I guess if I get any of the other RNGs than that, then I'm just kind of like hoping that I remember how to do it. Which I obviously don't. The strat for when he does the sword opener is kind of cool. Snake eyes and centipede, those are easy. Monkeys, yeah, no problem there, I don't think. Roberto, yeah, we can practice Roberto. You're watching Worm learn Elden Ring. 80%, yeah, he's playing 80% restricted, right? Restricted being no chainsaw, no sips, no force quit wrong warp, no FPS change, and some more. It's a cool run because it's actually one of the runs where you have to use a weapon. When they like, that's why they kind of made the restricted, because beforehand the 80% was like, or like all of the glitch categories, or the categories that allowed glitches, those were just every kill was with the chainsaw glitch. Is this? I don't think this is where you buff. Never mind, it is. Oh yeah, I have a little bit of time save here in my PB as well. 6%. Zip percent is cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if I'm gonna venture into Elden Ring too much myself though. The game, it's too big. But I do want to do the 80% glitchless run at some point. Just for fun. Because I don't mind the horsing. I really don't. The fun time to read chat and shit. Hey, what the Sigma? Why do I have auto target on? How old is this save file? Must be like fucking 2-3 years old. Dude, I can't believe that I've been playing this game for longer than some of these other players have been alive, not gonna lie. It's actually very crazy. Yeah, this strat isn't a problem. You just need to change prosthetic somewhat fast and get in position. And then it should be good. Alright, here comes for the new clown business that I worked on a lot today. That was actually good. I don't remember which one I ended up thinking was better, if it's this. No! I cancelled it! That would have been clean. If I had just gotten the deflect death blow there at the end. That was like a really good fight though. Now thankfully I do have some time save in my PB on this split in particular, so when we go to it, it's not gonna look the worst if the strat doesn't go 100% according to plan. Because this does have a lot of swing in it, like you can easily lose a lot of time if the fight doesn't go how you want. Like a single like fucked up 180 can lose you like a couple seconds because it can easily lead to like some bad attack patterns, like he can back off and then do arrows and stuff, and him backing off and doing arrows loses like 5 seconds. Alright, bull. But yeah. That's gonna be one of the 2 time saves that I have. Genichiro and then Ape. I need Ape to just be normal, to not do some crazy RNG. Just do the Scream into long combo or any sort. Yeah, like Scream into long combo, standard, most common RNG. And then for Ginitra, I just need to not mess up, and the RNG doesn't matter too much. I guess I'd like an early lightning on phase 3, but that's all. All I need. I wonder if instead of deflecting the second, after you deflect the one, if you can just hit him, and maybe the stole will just kind of like reach him and stagger him and get him. I don't know if he can stagger during that though, but he should, like, he can obviously be posture broken. Stole on bull. Yeah, it's actually pretty good for him. For some reason, it just like loves to give you headshots when you do it. And so it kind of like multiplies on top of each other. Like, because you're hitting the hitbox multiplier while having a higher base damage. It's just really efficient. This strat is quite nice. Alright, I think I'm good to go. Timer check. Man, it's actually been a while since I did attempts. I don't play that much anymore. It's kind of sus. I spend way more time doing spreadsheets and moderation shit. We're working on like a bunch of translations of the game as well. So I'm up there Germanying it up, you know? Right. Boom. I don't get that reference, but I think I should. It's a reference I'm supposed to get, something. Oh, I didn't load the save file for starting the run. We're just gonna get back at here. Oh shit, where did Yobo go? Oh, there he is. He's dead. You don't remember the reference either? Oh yeah, when the reference like becomes a meme and people don't remember the origin anymore. It's kind of a classic. Happens quite a lot. I didn't check if my controller's connected, so we'll figure out. Hey Emma, thank you. Oh, should probably reset on that. But we're just warming up right now, so. Oi! Why is my guy jumping that way? Oi! Woo! You got destroyed by the game again? Sorry to hear that. A good way of not getting destroyed by the game is not playing the game. Oh! grapple off the mist noble. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, those things happen. Amazing advice, thank you. Yeah. Not don't play the game is like my top tier advice. Hey! Okay, that's a new one. That is indeed a new one. Plus 100. Yeah, yeah, we're rich. Horror farming. Yeah, dude got completely mind controlled there. Holy shit. Showing off, yeah, I'm sorry. That's just how much power I exude. And he wishes he had that bank. Yeah, he did for real. Bro's gonna literally like kidnap a kid and sell him. That's how fucking poor he is. Holy shit. Where's my... Okay, there my Yash is. 1, 2, 3. We go to 17 and we should have a 1 pickup on the way. This hell is crazy, yeah. I mean, what the fuck is that Kuro guy good for anyway? He's a bastard, that guy. 10 seconds faster than Yuruka? Yeah, Yuruka's a scrub. Oh! And now we're more like equal with Yuruka. Yeah. This run can no longer PB. Nice one. It's okay. You always get double canyon second try. Oh, I should hit the divine grass, yo. No reason to even use fucking the healing gourd. Alright. This is not... Okay. Yeah. Hear me out. I did that on purpose. Let's pop some fine snow. Some divine grass and some snow. What a good evening. Hey! What's the game doing? Oh shit, we're back to full. Dude, that snow goes hard, not gonna lie. Hey, why is my shit not working? Do we have some more, Wait, I wonder. Does this... I'm testing this right now. Does this reduce your fall damage? It does not. Still 40% max HP damage. Had to do a little experiment there. Oh. I should... okay, we're gonna practice double canyon. This is something that I often don't do, but I always regret not doing. Hey, Yasuin. Welcome in. Yeah, double canyon practice. At a certain point, you gotta do it. When you are grinding for world record, it's something that you kind of gotta practice, at least if you're bad at it. You don't have to practice it if you play all the time, obviously. Because then you just have it like you're locked in on it because you do it every day. I don't play every day though, so I gotta practice. Cinema? Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. Double canyon practice is kind of boring. Oops. That was kind of weird. I kind of had a different jump than usual. Oi! Oops. Oh, you and put me in the wall there. Oi. Okay. We're just gonna practice it until I get it like 50 times in a row. That's what some of these runners do, some of the Chinese guys. They'll try and get it like 20 times in a row. I usually don't want to spend that much time practicing, but in reality, something that I would do to test the consistency of something is to try and get it 15 times in a row. Which is just kind of a number I have. Like back in school, there was this like, we had this like I signed up for this thing where you like program the Lego robot to like do tasks. I forgot what it's called. And then when you would program it to do something, you had to make sure that it would actually be consistent. And so at some point someone had something that they tested 10 times in a row, and it ended up not being consistent. And then you know. We were like, yeah, we'll do 15 tests. That's where I get the 15 number from that. Though it's not really something that I practice in practice. I don't have time to sit and do every strat until I've done them 15 times in a row. Or I should say I don't have patience to do that. I could do it. Or... okay, that somehow worked. I could do it if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Because it's also like... I'm probably not gonna be able to hit a lot of things 15 times in a row. Because a lot of the things are just like... very precise, and then I'd hit it like 8 times in a row and then mess up, and then I'd get mad at myself for messing it up, even though it didn't like matter. Ooh. Hey, Ruga, yeah. We destroyed everything, or I destroyed everything that's called fun in this category. We're actually practicing fucking double canyon. I don't even need double canyon though, to be honest. It's just much easier with double canyon. Like, I mean, you can look at the sum of best, right? And if you remove double canyon from that, it gets kind of tight, right? The sum of best can be improved though, by like another, I don't know, 4 seconds. Like 2 on Genichiro and 2 on M18. Maybe 5 or 3 on M18. Play perfect. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot of the fights have less things you need to press because the bosses die quicker. So a lot of the bosses have like a lot of the splits I don't make mistakes on, not because I'm like the greatest, but it's more so like just a lot of the splits are very easy. I honestly think that tutorial is one of the harder things on this, because you kind of want to get like a 133 or 134. But I very often have like one tiny thing go wrong and then I'm gonna get a 135. That's kind of a lot to start out the run with like 1.5 second time loss. Okay, that somehow made it. But yeah, in my PB, I made some kind of dumb mistakes. Like I missed the swag grapple up to MAE Sheen, and I also had like a oopsie on Ginitro. But other than that, I didn't really make that. I don't really think I made too many mistakes. 2 mistakes and then bad RNG on Ape. Roberto liked the funny segment. I guess if you want to do double Senpo, then it can become a hard segment, but otherwise it's pretty easy. You just kind of spam him. The hardest segment is tutorial, but after that then the Ginitro fight and the Ape fight are kind of hard. But nothing crazy. Roberto's RNG. Oh yeah, there is an RNG where you just die, but not that common. I don't know what the chances are, but I haven't lost a run to it yet, so... You can probably react to it and do a backup though, but... that's probably gonna lose a lot of time. I don't think that's too much of an issue though, losing time. If it means that you could save the run. Would love to do double Senpo in this kind of category. I used to go for it. But now I don't really care because it doesn't really save much time. AP1 savings run if you ever get into it. Wait, what do you mean? You'll need the video or you'll need to do the run? Oh, okay, yeah, the video. If you ask Seving for permission and he says yes, then I'll upload it. But I can probably also send you the file if he doesn't want it to be put public. I'm just not gonna put it on like YouTube if he doesn't want to, because that's kind of like not what you're... that's kind of like something you're not supposed to do, right? Even if it is like lost media that people want to see. Oh, well, I guess it's not... it's technically not lost media if we still have a copy of it, but it's like unavailable, right? What I mean. Segment on Ogre. Yeah. He deletes everything. I think I have his Ogre thing though, also. But I haven't quite downloaded everything he put up, but downloaded quite a lot of it. The only reason that I don't like download absolutely everything these guys make is because it's like kind of tedious to do. Because the programs like constantly break because the sites don't want you to download the videos, obviously. You got a faster segment than him a few days ago? Hell yeah. Then a Chinese player got a 132.99. What the fuck? Is that this I guess it must have not been him because he played ABMB. This like anonymous Chinese ABMB player that Pumpkin mentioned was like cheating on the black screens or something. I don't know. That's still like a mystery to me because like what the timer does is it literally pauses while you don't have control of the game. So it's like, why, like, how can it still be an issue? Feel like it's more likely a placebo thing. I'm wall jumping way too early. Oh, T-keeper, I see. That's kind of crazy. They're putting up those times in that segment. And when you check it, it's probably gonna look the exact same as what you do, right? But it's gonna be like faster for no like apparent reason. Like obviously there's probably gonna be a reason. Lord the RAM, yeah. I never figured out what it is that people did exactly to achieve like the gigaloads. But yeah, the prevailing theory and consensus was that like having like lower RAM, I don't know if it was RAM latency or just RAM clock speed in general. Like in theory it should probably be RAM latency, which is RAM latency is like when you factor in both the speed and the cast latency. And it just so happens that older RAM they have slower clock speeds, but they have better cast latency usually. So older RAM can have less latency or less, like, again, I don't even know what RAM latency really means because like I guess it means like how long it takes for the CPU to request the RAM or the stuff or whatever, but that shouldn't really like matter because it's like it's gonna get it fast enough, but it makes no sense. I don't think anyone really figured it out, and there's also like nothing, as far as I can tell, that really makes sense intuitively. Because you'd think that making your RAM like go faster, like increasing the clock speed, would make your loads faster, but it kind of seemed to be the opposite trend, that lower RAM or older RAM sticks with lower clock speed seemed to have better, but also no one ever did like a close analysis of any of this. I don't even know if there are tools available for this. There probably is some sort of RAM like thing with like the RTSS Tuner statistics server thing, but I don't really know. Kind of unsolved still, but that's why we did the black screen removal, so that it just kind of like didn't matter anymore. But even then, back then it didn't really matter. When I checked the various players, it turned out that it was more random, it seemed. So, like, how do I explain this? The variance that a single player had, so a single player, if you recorded all their black screen length, that player would have more variance than there would be difference between them and another player. So, how do I explain that in a way that makes more sense? Like, I could see a player sometimes have a really bad black screen and other times a pretty good black screen. Now, there would be other players who have like good a lot of the time, but sometimes that player who sometimes have bad ones would also have a good one that's on par with someone who is perceived as only having good ones. So a lot of the narrative around this was also shaped around like inaccurate like data. Like, I don't even know if you want to call it data collection, because it was more like what people felt about it. Because people were also overly biased on the black screens that were at the start of the run and at the very end of the run. Not really anyone cared about like the ones in the middle of the run, or they probably did, but they didn't really analyze them. What they do when like saying, oh, this guy has better black screens than me, they check like the tutorial ones, and then they check the ones on eSheen. And a lot of the time, when I then went and did the whole run and checked all of the black screens on the runs, then it had like a very big variance where like if you looked at just a certain, if you picked out a few and looked at them, then you could conclude a thing. But if you looked at the whole, then you'd conclude differently. That is all to say that, one, no one ever really looked too much into it. And two, it was kind of random. Obviously, the duration is still kind of random. Duration as in how long your game will be loading for. But that will not have an impact on your in-game time. And if you're concerned about the black screens potentially having like some issue still, then one, don't buy DDR5 RAM, and two, lower all your graphic settings to the lowest and play windowed with the game like at a very low resolution, and boom, you now have a game that looks like shit. And then maybe you'll have a slightly lesser chance of running into some meme that probably doesn't even exist. But yeah, the DDR5 RAM is like pretty interesting for this because DDR5 has massive cache latency, but it also has massive clock speed. So overall, it has a similar overall latency. That's when you take into account both the cache latency and the clock speed. But as far as it looked back in the day, that probably wasn't what mattered, but maybe it did. It's kind of hard to sell. Kind of hard to tell. Smallest window possible. Yeah. Hey, still. Massive cock stream. Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if what I'm doing right now constitutes as that, but I mean, it's definitely a stream. Or is it even a stream? Isn't it 2 streams, technically? Bro, this job is kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. How's life going? Going all right. Oblivion remaster came out, so I haven't been playing Sekiro. That's about it. Oh. The branch jump before Blacko. Yeah, I don't think it's faster for this, but maybe. Actually, it's a good question whether or not it's faster for this. I don't even know. Would need to time it. Oh! Oblivion Remastered looks disgustingly good. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Oblivion was already one of my favorite games. And with the remaster, I honestly like it more than Skyrim now. And Skyrim was like my favorite game before. But it's still very buggy because they didn't really fix any of the old bugs. So it's like kind of like a little bit sus because you never know when you're gonna run into something game breaking. Which I do like the old bugs though. It adds to the charm, like with it. Sometimes the enemy corpses like flying all over the place. Around here, I thought you would take YOLO around this category. Yeah, we do take the YOLO route. Even like I do a slightly like different movement than YOLO, which is an even straighter path. If you check one of the, I mean, you can also check my run, but it's what some of the all achievements guys were doing. You know, when you do Gyobu skip, but you don't really care about him dying because you have enough attack power already. Keeping the old charm, same experience, just AG. Yeah. The game doesn't have the greatest performance, but I think that's the biggest, other than price, is the biggest gripe with the game. The performance. But honestly, for the launch patch, it's not bad. I think it's pretty alright. Pretty decent. 2 days after release and you already have mods that fix some of the issues. And hopefully there'll be a patch that addresses some of the core ones. Which a lot of the issues are just, you know, need to change the default like settings in the config. Things that aren't in the actual settings menu. And that will fix a lot of things for some users. So looking pretty good. You're gonna go to sleep. Alright, still. Good night. But yeah, Emma, if you do the delayed jump for the Akko thing, the thing that Sarah came up with, it is very fast. And so it is kind of a question of whether it's like deceptively so it starts becoming close to the other path. Haven't timed it, but Sarah has. Don't think it's worth. Yeah, I don't think it's worth either. Because it's way too hard. I haven't even hit that jump once. Even if it was faster, yeah. Dude, you know what Passiflora said? Like right after Sarah posted it? Back in the day. Or back in the day, back when Sarah found it. Passy type, that looks like a good time save. Or something like that. You can probably find the exact chat logs on the server, but he said something like, oh, that looks like a free time save, something to the effect of that. For any percent. This was at the time when they were still taking the Akko, which I guess Worm Dog is doing now because he doesn't want to fuck around with Gyolo. Gyolo does end up saving less than I initially estimated, but I'm also kind of surprised that, like, when someone suggested that it might be faster, I did like a quick math that didn't take a lot of things into account. And that math ended up saying that it can save up to 4.5 seconds. But that doesn't even include like changes in RNG on like Snake Eyes with like if you get more grabs or if she recovers more posture. It didn't take that into account. It literally only took into account how many more hits it would take to deplete her HP. Or posture, I guess. And I'm surprised that no one went to like time it further. But yeah, it turns out that it's closer to 3 seconds, maybe 3.5. It kind of depends on the RNG, obviously. But the fight will always be quite a bit slower. In my experience, a very good fight is 3 seconds slower than a very good fight with Akko. And then the movement saves you around 8. And then I don't know why that adds up to 5 seconds. Maybe, yeah, maybe my math there isn't right. But, yeah, okay, just ignore that math because I don't actually know the math because no one did it. So I'm just kind of making shit up. Judging from watching runs and shit, it seems like YOLO saves 3 seconds. Bad luck on both Snake Eyes and YOLO falling. Yeah, like, I think a bit of the reason why a lot of people don't like YOLO is because it makes like 0 sense when he's gonna fall or not. Sometimes you can like boot up the game and do the exact same thing that you've always been doing and it will just break. It happened for Passy, it happened for Worm, and it also happened for me. So Passy was doing it for a while and then he was like asking, yo, bro, why the fuck does this like stop randomly stop working? And we tried to figure out what he was doing wrong, and he wasn't really doing anything wrong, it just wasn't working. So it's kind of inconsistent. I would do it though for 80% for sure. But that's not because I think it's a worth. It's more because I already know how to do it. And I think it fits in to 80%. 180 Genny. Yeah, but 180 Genny is not faster. This is the problem with that. I mean, you could do it. And maybe sometimes you'll save half a second, 1 second, and other times you'll lose that. It's kind of like even. See what Ramon posted? Is it something new? Yeah, okay, this is some heavy copium, in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. This whole thing with like block hitting to hit faster is like, oh, using the confetti inside, I see. Wait. Hang on a second. How is he not getting bowed? Oh, you can... Oh, right, you can dodge through it. I didn't consider that. You could... Oh, well, I did, but... For me, it didn't work. I see. And I don't think he posted this. Maybe he did. I don't think he did. Oh, 2 months ago? Okay, maybe he did then and I just forgot. See, what happened when I tried this is he would go to the side and you wouldn't be able to push him in the right direction. But I also didn't, when I did this, I didn't time it. So what I did was I tested it and then it seemed to not really work. And then I just kind of discarded it. So maybe it works. This thing with crouch, having to crouch and stuff, even though that people say that it doesn't lose time, it's one of those scenarios where, because he's comparing against himself, he doesn't know that there are faster ways of doing it, if that makes sense, or not faster ways of doing it, but like when I do this, it's like when I do walk my Genny, I'm just like faster than a lot of other people for some reason. I still got the community gold on Shura Glitchless by like over a second probably. I don't know, that's not something that's like special to me. It's just like I think it's just that people are doing it wrong. They're kind of getting baited by Ramon and others into doing strats that are faster or slower. My gold faster than Euro's gold. What's Euroka's gold? My gold, is it a 151 something? I can open right now. That is not the right file. Let me get this up here. Oh, this one. Okay, 153.3. I don't know. Is that my best? I think I have a better one. But that's at least for sure, 153. I think I have a 152 on somewhere. Maybe let me check my Immortal Severance. Either way, it should be on the spreadsheet. Probably. Okay, I also had a 153 on this. Still haven't gotten sub 2. Yeah, that's because I was talking about this with Pay the other day. Okay, yeah, I have a 153.04. That's my best. Probably the fastest with Genny too. I don't know if you're faster than me, but maybe not. Or maybe you are. People don't really look at my gameplay because I don't get results. But I do think I have the best like strat for Genichiro. By strat I mean like kind of Like, I guess looking at my run wouldn't really... You'd need to look at a lot of my footage. 3709. That's pretty good. Depending on how I do the dojo jump, I usually get 0.4 or point... I don't know. Something. There are some things on phase 3 that a lot of people are not doing. And now, you could probably argue that that's like a personal taste thing. That, for example, they don't want to cancel his sweep by hitting him. They want to stomp on his head instead. But when you do that, it changes. Like, if you imagine that the entire fight is a flowchart. If you change something at the top of the flowchart, then everything that's gonna flow down from that point is changed because you have changed the course of events that led to that point in the flowchart. If you imagine the flowchart is kind of like your idea of what to do in every single scenario. So when you have some system, let's say, or if you watch some runner like me, I have a complete system for every single move that he can do. I guess I don't really have anything for like double moves. If he does like the same move 2 times in a row, which is, you know, is like a 1 in 1,000 or something. If he does that, then I don't really have anything. But generally you shouldn't even plan around that. That's kind of like unnecessary. But if you imagine that you do have like, if you did have a system, right? And you have this flowchart, then when you see something new, you can't just slot it directly in because it's gonna fuck with all the other RNGs. Let's say that you... Oh, I want to do this thing at the start of phase 3. Oh, but then it changes this string of moves or this pattern. It changes that. And then you'll be like, oh, it doesn't work. Because it changes some other things down the road that you didn't anticipate. So, when you make one change to the strategy, you gotta test every single combination, and I do have a system that works for every single combination. And I think others have too, but most people don't have like a system. At some point I should probably do some like tutorial, but kind of weird. Hey Yusuf and hey Nuga. Welcome in. That's a lot of rambling. You're just gambling. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do on the boss. It's a kind of a valid strategy, honestly, because when you're going for like a really, really good time, then some of the RNGs are just like, you kind of just accept defeat. Or you try and like spin it into a situation where potentially if the gamble goes right, then you can have something work well. Arrow shooting phase 2. Yeah, this is an example of something. If you implement any of the 180 strats for oh wait, phase 2? I thought you meant phase 3. Never mind. But yeah, for phase 3, if you do any sort of 180s, then your distance to him will get fucked up and you won't be able to cancel all his arrow moves. So a lot of the 180 strats are kind of gambling in that regard. I haven't really figured 100% out my phase 1 and 2 cancels. I'm kind of not warmed up on them right now because I haven't played a category that cheeses him in a while. I've been focusing more on fighting him. Arrow moves to something force a second lightning. I guess that's something you can do, yeah. There is like a strat, right, where you have the same fight every time, pretty much. Where you use like Mikiri and the Gur to bait out Like when you use the gourd, you can like force him to do a lightning. By like, you know. But it's kind of a weird strat. It's probably better to just do whatever. Hey, Mr. Timgal, welcome in. Alright, I think that's enough practice on double canyon skip. Need to restart my game because I used cheats. I'm a cheater. Works for hitless runners? Well, you can take blinding and hitless. Unless you're doing base descent. The gourd strat? Oh, using multiple gourds. I see. Yeah, what I was meaning is that you can drink the gourd, Mikiri, then walk at him and dead angle 2 hits, and then he'll... Wait, no, how does it work again? It's like you can do like, after you drink the gourd, if you do a specific set of moves, then you can force him to do a sword lightning. Or something like that. Same thing with the opening MD. I could probably show it, but I can't be bothered. Mikiri loop? Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's what some no-hit runners do. Stop recording. Here we go. See if we get the... I think... Oh, right. I forgot to start my timer. Okay, classic. I keep forgetting that I have to do that manually. At some point I gotta go in and do a little bit of digging to find a trigger for it. I did tell Wasted that I was gonna go do that for him, but I haven't bothered doing it yet. So I'm comparing to golds right now. I'm comparing to something else. Now I'm comparing to nothing. Now I'm comparing to the right thing. I'm a big fan of the nothing comparison. I added that because I use it when I'm like testing stuff, so that the live split doesn't have random numbers on it. Hey, what is my guy doing up there? Okay, he didn't turn, but we're losing time here, but it works. Oh. I wonder if Smellig is gonna work on that NG+7 any% again, because on one hand I want to do it as well, but on the other hand I do want him to do it first. Like I want him to beat like the glitchless time, because he did finish a run and it was like 1 hour long. That was like his first attempt, and we did it while we were on a Discord call. I forced him to finish it. I talked him into starting it up and also talked him into finishing it. The run is pretty hard. So that's like the reason that it's slower than... that he ended up getting a time that was slower than Glitchless. You need to do... or... you don't need to do outskirt skips, but obviously it saves time over just doing regular ogre and canyon skip for that. But he did do it. He didn't do it first try though, and that's the problem. And same thing with a lot of the other skips. It just took a lot of attempts to get it. So he ended up losing a lot of time. So even though he did finish a run, and you could argue that it's the world record or whatever for the NG+7 80%. In reality, like since the glitchless is faster, you'd probably, you know, probably say that it's not. Technically, my PB is the fastest NG+7 completion, like with any rule set, with any like restriction rule set in terms of like what glitches you can and can't do. But that's just because no one has really put effort into doing a NG+7 run with glitches for the any percent goal or the Shura ending. No. Unfortunate. Apart from outskirt skips, skip what's different. So currently the route is pretty similar to the standard one, right? But the idea is that it could change over time, especially with all the prosthetic swap that you can do. Or also, obviously, you can fucking one-shot the bosses and such. Because you have so much damage. But yeah, for now, it's just outskirt skip. I did have some ideas, though, about some different things. But one of my ideas I found out didn't work because I didn't actually realize that the ape flower is not an actual item pickup. It's an interaction point that gives you an item, and that makes a huge difference because it means that you cannot interact with it while air swimming. I thought that maybe you could enter air swim in a way so that you could swim in close enough to the item pickup and pick it up, but that's actually not how it works. You're just unable to pick that up while in air swim, which is very interesting. Alright. Sorry for stalling. But there's probably some other thing you could come up with. There's so much opportunity for things to be changed. Like I was suggesting doing like an early Ginitro, but it turns out that daytime scaling essentially does not matter on NG+7. Or at least for Ginitro. He didn't even become one hit tankier by advancing the time of day from morning to noon. He literally got buffed by like a 20th of one attack or something. Like he has like 20,000 HP and he got buffed by like 30. And he's already really squishy when you have 99 attack power. I don't know how much damage you do, but I think it's like 1,000 or something you do. Maybe less. Nah, it's not 1,000. It's probably like 500 or 600. I don't know, honestly, though. I do have a spreadsheet with the numbers, though, so I could check that. And also they're on the wiki. And in the guidebook, as far as I know. Although I don't think the guidebook is that readily available at the moment. You literally can't buy it. You can buy the German version because apparently the game doesn't have many people who wanted to buy the book in German. So if you go on like the European Amazon or the German Amazon, you'll be able to buy a German copy. But the English copy is like sold out everywhere. Yeah, exactly, Emma. That is the reason that they don't do that. But for some reason I didn't like remember that. I thought it was to do with not being able to get to the right position or loading in the area or something like this. But it's actually not. It's because of what you just said. With the fact that the flower is not an item, it's an interaction point. Which is so interesting. I don't know if there are other... I guess, yeah, there are others. I think the pinwheel is also like this. But maybe not. I don't even know, to be honest. Cool. I thought I did the wall jump there too early, but it ended up working out. That's nice. Alright, go time. Oh no. This is good. I'm losing so much time. Oh, Ari. Red flags? What the hell? Firecracker headshot. That would go hard, wouldn't it? Insane dialogue, I'm so good. Now you can see the movement that we do on... or that I do for this. What animal is that? Am I a fat goat? That must be like a good thing. Like the fattest goat ever, the biggest goat ever. Was it a ram? Is that the word? Ram? I'm gonna ram you if you're not careful. In a very non... like, you know... like in a... you know... yeah. Good time for Giga Clown business. Yeah, now 37.4, but I guess that was also kind of different. Hey! Lost 2 seconds. Fuck me. I kind of fucked up, but also not the best RNG. Bro, do something! Come on! Do something! Do something! Oh my god. It is so cooked. Give me some lightning, man. I don't know if there's anything I can do on this run to like bring it back in any way. I guess maybe like gold animation or something. Get like a gold. But I don't even know. How do I fall down? Blood affinity? Yeah, dude, my splits have arcane scaling. For real. Yeah, the fucking Mario cartoon banana peel. By the way, it's interesting, right? I timed getting the Gunford key now and getting it later. And it was the exact same speed down to the frame. Isn't that... Hey, where am I going? Hey, what is that? I only lost 9 seconds on dialogue. Not the worst. Yeah. Eat this. You're suffering. What are you playing? Are you playing League of Legends? From routing from 1.6 to 403. Well, the question is, do we have the right data type? FromSoft also rounds like 254 to 0 in the case of the attack power. 254. Oh, sorry about that. Give you some Windows sounds here. I hope you like those. Okay, yeah, this is a problem with using the auto hotkey borderless windowed screen over borderless gaming. It gives you window sounds. Oh yeah, every single jump I can spam that for you. Yeah. Those are probably really loud on stream. I hope it doesn't detract too much from the from the viewer experience. Also, I didn't mean to pick that up. I just wanted to spam window sounds. There you go. That was another one. Oh, you're gonna get so many on this next. I'm gonna spam as hard as I can. Yeah. Is it loud? I can't tell. Because I have it turned down for me. Those sounds. Not muted. Oh, shit. Oh! He's gonna fall, don't worry. World record like this. Oh. Yeah, it would be quite cool with all the Windows noises. But I don't think it's gonna happen. This run is like really bad. Or it's good, but it's not good enough. This would have been this would have been massive world record pace just like a year ago. We can still beat Wormdog's time on this category. I think, as far as I remember, he had a 26:18, or it may have been a 26:16. $49.7. I guess it didn't mess the movement up, or sorry, the fog gate cutscene usage up too much. I guess we'll try this. Okay, didn't pay out. Pay off. You can land in front of him, stagger him, and then one-shot him with it. But it's kind of risky. I only do it on red runs. If I do the movement right, oh sorry, the menuing right, we can gold though. I think. Not super loud, okay, cool. Then I'll spam it more. Dude, equipping that is so dead. You can literally save time there by just having less skills unlocked, because then you have to scroll less. Sarah said that when the category becomes very optimized, they'll make a save file specifically for the optimal route. Where the inventory is as like optimized and good as it can be, where everything is right where you need it. And most convenient to menu and such. Didn't get the good grapple. Don't kill me. I didn't mean to trade there, but it works. I should run around instead of jumping over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't know why my snake is being weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's fine. I think it's because you have to like ledge grab or something. I think it's because it's because of the path that I'm taking. Because I'm going too far to the right enough forward, so I need to like hold E in the air or else it won't work for some reason. It's kind of weird. Oh. I didn't know that jump there. Okay, let's go for the Giga Jump. Ugh. Okay. Best strat in the run. Oops. Oh, what? That shot came so fast. I didn't even have time to dodge. Wait. Aerolite. Do their shots travel faster on NG+? Surely that's not a thing, right? Yeah. Imagine. Bad things in Spanish. Me cago en Dios. Something like that. Oh yeah, the other day I was timing going right side in this area. I actually found a really cool movement sequence, but it was like 2 seconds slower. Like it's really cool. I should have honestly done it because it's that cool, okay? It's yeah, I should have went for it. It's actually really cool, but it's slower unfortunately. Interesting, Yuriko. I'm used to dodging it without seeing it though. So I don't know. Oh, we can quit out. Way. Okay, we can't. We quit out. Call that no air swim. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. If I go do ape skip now, then we can have it be a no air swim run, and I can get like a small PB. Oh. No one saw that. I didn't have the right item equipped. Wait, dude, I almost golded with that. What the Sigma? Should I do ape skip? Ape skip is gonna... I think it saves like 40 seconds or something. So if I do that... Wait, will I even PB if I do that? I don't think I will. So let's not. It would be kind of funny though. Let's just go for the gold segments. Oh! Yikes, I'm doing 0 damage to him. Maybe Tanto. So hopefully he's not gonna get some trash RNG. I'm gonna get fucked. Because my HP is gonna be so low. Thank you. Oh, I missed. That's fine. Yeah. I wouldn't mess that up on a good pace, don't worry. Never. I barely lost time there compared to the PB. Kind of crazy. Oh, do mode skip, do mode skip. Go! We can gold. Fuck. To heal. Terribly gambling. It's not too What? Okay. Fuck you. Ah, okay. Rip. Maybe I jumped too early. I probably did on those mortal draws. But hey, I golded. I golded a little bit. Not bad. Oh shit, we got the some vest even further down. Maybe maybe there are still places for this run to go in terms of like lowering the time. This category just keeps like, for some reason you can just keep saving time on it. It makes zero sense. I feel like it's like very optimized, but maybe it's not actually. Maybe we're just bad. Fuck you. Oh, hey, I got the cancel. You saw that? You saw that? I got the cancel on the... You got the cancel on the plunge. I didn't get the stacker animation. Well, you know, on the player. You can do that if you deflect him mid-air just before landing. It's kind of weird and probably useless. It's very precise. I don't know, that probably didn't, yeah, that didn't even fucking hit him. I have a video on my second channel that shows some more examples of it. Uploaded it there kind of recently. I don't remember if I put it on the Discord. I don't remember honestly. Hey Nikoshimi, thank you. It might not be today, but I'll try my best. There are a few things I need to like this though. I don't know why I did that. Okay, this fight worked out, but I honestly don't know how. Work for Roberto, Seving did it? Yeah, I also did it before Seving, but okay, okay. Yeah, with Roberto, what you can do is like you can jump and then you can air attack a few times and then you can deflect. And it's not too bad to land, but as far as I could tell, comparing it with some other methods, it didn't seem to save time. But maybe it just needs a strat that fits with it. Because, yeah. You know, the damage has to line up for it to work out. Okay. Okay. Let's this guy one more time. This fight is more about, like, for me, it's more about focusing. Oh. Then it's about, like, whether or not I know how to do it. I guess you don't really need even the firecracker. Firecracker just makes it more consistent, I guess. It's kind of weird to get the right distance on the firecracker though, because if you go too close to him, then you have 0 chance to hit a headshot with it. And then you also are in a bad spot for the mortal draws. But if you're too far away, then it won't connect with him. So it's like... 1, 2... Like, in between hits, like... Yeah, okay. Like was slightly slower in the deflect mid-air one. Does it matter when you deflect them? I'm not sure it does. Because the animation of him attacking is oh, when dealing the death blow? I see. Oh. I get what you mean, I think. Gonna watch my stream daily? Well, I'm not gonna stream daily, but I appreciate the kind words, the enthusiasm. All right, okay. What other things were an issue? Animation is fine. I guess we... Oh, Gyobu? Nah, I think I just kind of had the wrong setup. I buffed in like slightly the wrong place and I didn't correct for it. Could maybe practice Genichiro, but I practice Genichiro so much already. And I know I'll start like testing stuff if I go to practice him. So I think we should just do... Okay. Sorry, I need to go into the game and then go out, then load my save and then go in to be able to start another run. Kind of annoying, but that's how this works. Alright, okay. Here we go. Saving is doing it? Oh, I didn't know that it was actually like useful. That's cool. I think that well, you could probably argue maybe that it's like a consistency boost or something, or that it worked better on average or something, but in my testing it didn't seem faster than doing the alternative. I can't remember what exactly I timed it against. I think I timed it against dashing back and okay, lol. Yeah. Saving is 11 seconds faster than you right now before Genichiro 2. That's fucking crazy. What is that man doing? Has he been playing for a while? I feel like with Saving, I like he used to play, but then I started watching him, and then he stopped playing. He probably knew I was watching, and then now he's playing again or what? I'm doing it on every run, just a few runs. Oh. He's now at his current PC. Alright. Shit. This isn't a good start, but we can probably make it work. Him and Beige are going for the world record. Oh. Cool. We'll see what happens, or maybe it's the C4 who'll get it. Or maybe some complete other runner who's like out there doing runs offline. You never know with this type of shit. Like, it's kind of scary how many Chinese runners just appear out of nowhere with times that are really good. It often feels like every time where like someone new shows up, it's like you're like, damn, how did I become washed? How are these guys improving so fast? How many times have I played it? I don't know how many times I've played it, but I have like almost 5,000 hours. Oops. Wrong button. Yesterday you had a 28-18 and you fucked up a lot. Damn, that's pretty close to your record. 28-16. Right? Well, I guess it's gonna be broken any minute now. So, hell yeah, I'll actually land a double cannon. Woo, gold! That's kind of a fake gold though, it's because I took the grapple weirdly and like, yeah. This month or the next one, the record is gonna be broken. Hmm. A mine C. Favorite combat art? I don't know. I only really use. I guess I do like Dragon Flash, which is what I'm about to use. Pretty cool. It has very long recovery animation though. So like once you use it, there's kind of a long period where you can't do anything, which I don't really like. Especially when you. Hey, what? Oh, fuck. I actually had it, but I messed it up. Shit. Pressed the wrong buttons. Like, what was I saying? If it did more damage, it would be cool, I guess. I say as I literally completely eviscerate that boss with Dragon Flash. But that's just because it can like hit him in the body, and he has like a different damage modifier on the body of the rider, like on Gyobu himself, not his horse. That's like more damage. And then I also have 99 attack power, so he would die quick no matter what you do, where you hit him in the body. Alright. This one doesn't look too bad. I guess I'll be like 10 seconds behind. Hang on. Oh no, I do not have the thing. Because... Okay, I'll reset. We already... I guess we didn't complete that run earlier, but... We did do like almost a full run. How are you so fast with Yobu? I can explain it again, but as I just said, like this is an NG+7 run. So I have 99 attack power and everything unlocked. So the enemies have very little HP in relative to how much damage I do. That's the main thing. But then also he has like a separate hitbox for the body of him that when you hit it, it does like 3 or 4 times as much damage as hitting the horse does. Generally, you don't really hit him when you're just fighting him normally. So you gotta do like special ways of trying to hit him. And the Dragon Flash is kinda like ranged, but not really. But it just works out in a way where... for Gyobu specifically, you can just hit that hitbox of the rider very efficiently with it. And it just does a lot of damage because... Yeah, because it hits that. If you could, like, hit those hits with your normal attacks, then it would do the same thing. For the regular non-NG+7 speedrun, they do some strats where they get him in a certain spot and then they try and like hit him during certain parts of his animation so that they can hit the body of him. But you kind of need a specific lineup when you don't have things like Dragon Flash or Senfro. Senfro is also really good at hitting him in the body because you can like jump and then use it. ABMB 2 probably. But yeah, ABM, the all bosses and mini bosses record might also be broken. I noticed that the new record that was submitted to the leaderboard is actually a couple months old. I didn't realize that. But he just hadn't submitted it to the leaderboard. I guess because he thought he would get a better one. Because it was a guy breaking his... Beige broke his own world record by a couple seconds. So he probably thought that he could do a bit better, but... I don't know if him submitting it means that he's done with running it, or he's taking a break, or if it just means that he decided to, yeah, I'll just submit it, whatever. Usually, this sort of thing might mean that they're taking a break or stopping the grind, because it's like they faced the fact that they're not gonna get something better. Feel like that makes sense, but I don't know. And I don't know who else is running it other than Beige and Pei, I guess. Pei is not gonna be there quite yet, but with the determination on that guy, he's gonna be there someday. This is not the best spot to use the Gachin, but we'll go with it. 3. Wang Chun Feng got a 110.04 yesterday. Damn, that's pretty fucking good. You're on your 3rd playthrough and you gotta know how to do so much posture damage. Yeah, I guess it's just like... Because I'm doing a speedrun, right, I'm also just using Yash everywhere because I have infinite in theory. Because this save file is like pre-made, right? Oh, okay. So when you're just doing like a normal playthrough, you gotta collect them first and shit. I'll start over. Didn't get double canyon. That's also a big thing. It raises your posture damage by 50%. So once you have like all the things together, right? 99 attack power, Yash, and all that other stuff, it all just adds up to dealing way too much damage. Okay. Always thought like one mine and dragon flash were trash. Yeah, I haven't used one mine so much, but that one seems kind of bad to me. And then dragon flash is good in specific scenarios. But it's probably only really speedrun scenarios, to be honest. Because it's like very inconvenient using it against Genichiro, because again, you need to hit the rider of the horse, not the horse itself, which means that you need to take very specific angles. Like, if you stand on in certain spots, then you just get like 0 damage. And then when you stand in just the right spot where it hits the rider and not the horse, then you suddenly deal mega damage. So it's kind of like weird and very inconvenient. So if you were just gonna like not put too much effort into killing him, it might not even like be that worthwhile to use. Yeah, you could use it at kind of like long to medium range to get a little bit extra damage in, but when you're close range, it's probably better to just hit him. German? I'm not German, I'm from Denmark, but I do understand a bit. I had it in school for a couple years. And the accents are not too far apart, I guess. The English accent. The Danish accent is definitely closer to the German one than like any other type of accent, I think. Page 1A is doing Shura right now. I see. He kind of seems like the type of guy who jumps around between all the different categories. You know, he played Immortal Severance, played All Memories. Like, even recently, he got like... He did get the All Memories record, right? Yeah. Might be the next Pumpkin. Maybe. I don't know though. Pumpkin is like, what I thought was the best thing with Pumpkin, or why I rate him as like, at least when he played, he was the best player. That was because he played like from the time that he published his first run till he got like every glitchless category at the same time. It took him like 10 months or something only. And maybe he started way before that and only started sharing his stuff later, but which is probably the case, but still, like, that's kind of a crazy track record. It's like for most of his career where he was active, he had like all the records. It's similar to Worm Dog, except Pumpkin was more successful. Because he didn't really struggle that much on any of the records. And he also achieved them in less time. And the glitchless ones are more competitive than the glitched ones, which are the ones that Worm Dog excels at. That's not to take anything away from him though. He's really fucking good. Alright, I didn't get the skip, but I guess we can continue. I'll have lost 10 seconds, but might be able to still do something. We do anything else in Shura? Yeah, I've done a few different things. Most of the stuff that I've done a lot though are the shorter categories. But I have done all bosses and mini bosses with also the glitchless speedrun rule set. There are some other runs, like longer ones, that I want to work on, but a lot of the time it's like doing these long categories, it takes a lot to learn them. So like if I wanted to run like one of these longer ones, it might take like a couple weeks to learn them. Whereas these Shura ones, I can just kind of like do them because I already know. It's not good. I already know a bunch of Shura categories, so if I want to do another like different Shura speedrun, then it's like I'll just apply what I already know. Oh my god. I'm kind of beefing. Yeah, see, it doesn't really headshot him when, or body shot him when you're not in the right spot. Any percent? Any percent is it's a word that means any percent completion. It basically means the shortest way to beat the game possible. For this game, any percent and Shura is essentially the same, because Shura is the shortest ending. But usually if you heard a Sekiro speedrunner say any percent, it means that they mean the Shura ending with glitches. And in most other games, it also means the shortest way to the credits with glitches. That's what any percent means. As opposed to 100%. 100% means that you have to do 100% of the game. Whereas any percent means that any percent is good, is fine, as long as you beat the game. So usually any percent ends up being a category where you do as little as possible. Technically, you could call this any percent also instead of Shura. Shura and any percent are kind of interchangeable, but most people call it Shura in the Sekiro community. Because it's more like... oh, oops. I was supposed to do this. I'm kind of autopiloting. This run isn't going anywhere though, so we're just kind of doing some chill practice. How do I only have 500 subscribers? Probably because the videos I make aren't that attractive. Like some of my speedruns do get some good views, but a lot of them don't really get much views. A lot of the runs that I do aren't that interesting to watch either though. That's mainly the case when it's like something that isn't a world record, for example, which is most of what I do is not a world record. Okay. Let's try and see if we can get this to work. I did this a little earlier than I wanted. This was not good, but whatever. Why is he not doing lightning? I guess it's still better than my PB even. $557 now. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I do try to put some effort in, but a lot of the time it's also like if I'm like working on some project that is like high quality and then I release it, then like maybe that'll go like 3 days or something, and then I'll have done like a speedrun that I also want to upload, and then like I upload the speedrun, and then it's kind of like that video that I worked on that was maybe like an explanation video or like a reaction or an analysis or something like that, or a tutorial or something. Then it kind of gets buried and it doesn't get as many views. Oh. Oh, I actually wonder if jumping there is better. Probably not. Oi! All right. I kind of brain farted a little there. Despite having done this a lot, I kind of have this tendency to kind of like lose like my train of thought. I'll know what I need to do, but I'm like, I can't quite at the moment, like, I don't know if remember is the right word, but it's like, I know what to do, but I'm like blanking on figuring out exactly what it is, like right in the moment. Usually my solution is to just play more and play more and play more and kind of make it a habit, muscle memory. But then whenever I build up like a muscle memory for something, then if I change to a different speedrun, then I'm like sat there trying to undo my my muscle memory, because it's like maybe the run requires me to do something different. Use the Tanto. Brain lag, yeah, exactly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can try and do the jump here. I'm probably not gonna land it. Nope. If you do like 2 very precise jumps, then you can jump over the cliff here and land on the rock in the middle, and then jump off of the rock and then grapple over to the other side. It saves like almost no time, but it does save a little. And it's very hard. Oh, got the good jump there on the window. Ah, thank you, Mine. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by and having a little chat. I have the... he's not gonna die. Why? unnecessary time loss. I need to use that a little bit earlier. Because I want to like cancel the animation kind of like before the pop-up. I don't want to do it after. All right. We'll try the Oh, I lost a second here. Huh. Oh. My camera got weirded out there. Usually wait, this guy's further away as well. Because it took longer. Okay, this is all kinds of cursed. Okay, at least that worked. Oh, and I... Ah, vault over! It's okay, guys. I'm not losing my mind. Hey, wait! I'll take it. We trade 1 for 1. Oh, okay. Actually, that was probably kind of big time loss. Because the Shinobi execution only popped up after I died. I didn't know it worked like that. Alright. Considering that I did have kind of... I haven't played so much the last period. Like, kind of after I got the no air swim run, I kind of like scaled back on how much I play the game. So, I'm actually happy with what my skill level is looking like today, because I know that like tomorrow or the day after that it's gonna look a lot cleaner. One of the worries that you can sometimes have when you take a break and then come back is that you might have forgotten some small detail and then now you just can't get it to work. But I don't think I have anything like that. There are a few things where I'm not the most consistent right now, but we can get there. Oh. I don't have time to dodge now. Oi! A little bit too far to the left there. Don't shoot me. Whoops. All right. We'll try again. It's pretty interesting that despite how poorly these attempts are going, pretty much all of the runs I've had so far have still been better than some of the old PBs that I had. Like, if you go back like 2.5, 3 years, when we came up with the idea of trying to like really work a lot on this run, because before that, before me and Sarah worked on the run, there had been like a few people who had done it as like kind of like a one-off kind of deal, but we kind of took it to the next level by kind of optimizing it, and Sarah came up with a lot of strats and such. So only a couple of years ago, these runs here would have been the world record. These paces, they would have finished. Which, by my standards now, those runs are kind of bad. Or those paces. Like for the current time and place. I remember like when I got the 27-minute run and the 26-minute run, I was like, okay, this is looking pretty optimized. No way it can... Okay. No way it can get lower than this, but hey. Now we're at 25. I wonder if we could go 24. It doesn't look possible right now, but maybe in the future. Since it is glitchless though, it's kind of hard to say whether, or it's not the same as with a glitched run. Like if you have an 80% run, then you know if some big glitch is found, then you know it can easily lower the time by a lot. But in glitchless, you know, glitches aren't allowed, so finding like a big skip or glitch or something isn't really gonna do much. A lot of the time saves that are found on glitches nowadays are literally like, you are lucky if it's more than a second. A lot of them are like, okay, here's like half a second of time save, and then here's another half second of time save, and here's another, and oh yeah, these take like 20 hours to learn. I'm getting a little tired. Don't know how much longer I'll stream. I did plan on, like today I did originally plan on streaming much earlier, but I had all sorts of things that I needed to tend to. I didn't get around to it. So by now I got a little sleepy. It's like 1 AM here. 2 AM actually. All right. Okay. I'm a little bit too tired to perform well right now, so I think I'll end here. A little bit of a short stream, I know, I'm sorry. Whenever the next stream is, I'm gonna definitely start a lot earlier than this. Starting like at midnight is kind of like a recipe for disaster. I prefer streaming in like more reasonable hours when like the sun is still out and shit. Because it doesn't feel like... Yeah. When it's not late, I don't feel as sleepy. I guess that kind of goes without saying, but yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. Thank you for stopping by and all that. I'm really surprised by how many people on YouTube stumble in, because on the Twitch side, I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now, by the way. Like with Twitch, it's not often that someone new comes in, but with YouTube, every single stream I have someone new who comes in. It's kind of cool. YouTube is pretty goated for that, not gonna lie. Alright. I'll call it here. Thank you again, and have a good day or night or whatever.